Alright, hopefully there's not too much background noise on this video. It's been a little while since I've made a video here, and been a little busy. We welcomed a kid into the world. That kind of took over things for a while, and also, contrary to what you might expect based on my last couple of videos, I've been busy trying to get a job right now, and so that actually leads me into what I want to talk about here right now. And this is just going to be a short video, but I want to talk about why, as somebody who's either aspiring to be an entrepreneur or who already is an entrepreneur, why you would want to work a regular job even though you're trying to get away from working regular jobs. So obviously there's, really simple reasons that pretty much anyone could think of, and that would be to make money, to pay the bills, etc. Not going to go too in depth in that, but it's worth talking about real briefly. Just basically, if you can get a business up and running on the side while you're working a regular job, it's going to be a lot less pressure on you to generate a profit, which can be kind of hard at the very beginning stages of starting a new business. Now, sometimes people will say, it could take 3 to 5 years or something to be profitable with a new business. That definitely does not have to be true. It can be profitable in the first month. But nevertheless, you've got a lot of pressure to get new clients, drum up some business, and that can be challenging, especially depending on what your business is or what time of the year it is. People's needs change throughout the year. Their available funding changes throughout the year, especially if you're trying to sell to businesses. So it could be a good thing to, if you don't know all the details of that, to have regular employment until you're ready to fully fund your entire financial needs with your own business or businesses. So that's one reason. Another reason is probably not as often looked at, although I think this is still somewhat common for people to think about this, would be to basically look at it as like free training. In fact, it's not just free training, it's paid training and paid education. So let's say you want to do some kind of freelance consulting, like a technology consulting thing. Let's use my own kind of business as an example. And let's say some stuff about that, but you don't quite feel confident to do a particular area. Like, let's say you haven't worked with enterprise level server configurations or whatever. Could be anything. And so you could look for a job that maybe you've got enough experience to get into the job, but not so much, or maybe it's a job that you don't have like all the qualifications for, but you've got like 70% of them, and they're going to teach you that other 30% of the qualifications, and that 30% that you don't have is going to be something that you can use then for your own business. So if you are ramping up your business in parallel to having a regular job, then you can use the regular job as not only free training, free education, but you're getting paid to get educated, which then benefits you with your own business, where then you're essentially going to get paid multiple times over for that education and training that you got, that you already paid for. So it's a great way to build your own skill set, build your own sorry, just a moment. Okay, sorry for the interruption. It looks like my phone let me continue recording from where I left off, so that's nice. Okay, so what was I saying? So basically, yeah, you can get free training and all that good stuff. So that's the second main point. The third point I would make is that you can network while working at a regular job in a way that, as long as you're not violating some non-compete clause or something like that. Here, let me get a light on. Maybe this will, I think that's better. As long as you're not violating some non-compete clause or something like that, then, actually, here we go. Is that better or worse? Yeah, that's better. That way I'm not looking like I'm in the dark. But yeah, as long as you're not violating some non-compete clause or something like that, then you can use your business as a way, or use your employment as a way to network with people, and you can make all kinds of connections. And especially if you are reaching outside of your limited, team, and you're going to, especially if you are starting a new position somewhere and you're going through the whole onboarding process, a lot of times they're going to have you interfacing with all kinds of people that you would never really interface with on a regular basis, if at all, while you're doing your regular job. And this could be anyone from the people training you, or the people giving you, the history of the company or whatever things they have you do, all the way down to other employees who are starting at the same time as you, who are going through the same classes and orientations as you. Now is your time to get connected with all these different people. Just be outgoing, which you got to be, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to have, you have to develop some kind of a personality. You have to be able to talk to people. You can't just not talk to people and expect to do business. I'm sure there's exceptions to that rule, but the exceptions, as always, they define the rule, not defy the rule. So the opportunity you have there is great, though, because connections are amazingly important for doing business, as well as getting, future employment opportunities and things like that, because as most people know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's how you get jobs, and that's how you get promoted, and that's how you get out of jobs and into your own business and being successful. So you need to have people connections. So again, use those onboarding opportunities, the orientations, the trainings, ask people directly, when you meet them, have a quick little meet and greet conversation with each person, and then, say, hey, can I get your LinkedIn contact information? And most people are eager to share their LinkedIn because it benefits them too. It's not like just sharing an email or a phone number. Don't ask people for their phone number. I mean, that can be a little bit weird, but maybe once you have the LinkedIn connection, you develop that a little bit better, you can maybe ask for their phone number later. Especially if you're a guy, don't be asking women for their phone number when you're trying to network for business and employment, professional opportunities. At least not right away like that. Don't be making it weird. But just ask people for their LinkedIn. Most people are happy to share that, and you can just use that opportunity. I mean, you could walk out of there, you could have 20, 30, 40 new connections, and again, people are eager to do that because every time that you ask them for their connection, that's increasing their connection as well. So people like building their connection count on LinkedIn, so it's pretty easy to connect with LinkedIn, and most people feel almost weird to say no. So I got connected with the president of my former company just because I happened to be in a meeting with him, and we had a good conversation in there. And then before we parted ways, I asked him for his LinkedIn contact, and or I asked him if I could send him one. And he was like, oh, of course, so I sent it to him, and he accepted, and now I'm connected with the president of that company. So, and this could go with anyone at any level. People are usually happy to do it. I'd say it's almost like the opposite of going and asking someone for their phone number. You're almost guaranteed to get somebody's LinkedIn contact, whereas it'd be really rare to not get that. I can't think of a single time where somebody said no to that. So that's the third reason that you would want to be able to get employment, even though you're trying to be an entrepreneur. And also, I just want to reiterate that, not everyone has to be an entrepreneur. People do plenty successful working for companies. So, if that's something that you feel like is working for you, then by all means, do what works for you. Don't put yourself into something that you feel like you're actually going to fail at, unless you have like a really good reason to take that risk, and you've consulted all the different professional sources that you need to consult. But I'm not a professional. This is not professional advice. The whole big disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only, but these are my opinions. These are things that I've learned and what have worked for me. But again, if there's anything that you feel like is a good reason to stay employed for, then you need to do that. You need to stay employed for those reasons. And I'm not talking about like just fear of failure and stuff like that, or anything, but what I mean is like beneficial reasons for staying employed. So like things like I just listed off, it helps you financially support yourself while you're getting your business profitable, or you are getting training and education and being paid for it. That's, going to benefit your business. You're making connections that are going to benefit your business. There's going to be other reasons that you think about that I'm not going to list every single one in this video, but that's just a good starter list to get you going in the right direction. So I just want to encourage all you guys and girls to just get out there and make it happen. Just don't be put into a box in either category. Don't feel like you have to stay at an employer, and don't feel like you have to be completely unemployed in order to become an entrepreneur. You want to be able to use the best of both worlds and do what's going to benefit you the most in the long run. So that's it. Just going to keep this one short. Sorry it's been such a long time since the last video, but if you like what you're hearing, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions or any other advice for people who are going through this same process. All right, take care.